Welcome to Only the Truth Tarot. This is a reading for my water signs, all right, for the next couple of days. Okay. Water, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, my emotional signs of the zodiac. And actually, this card came out in the pre-shuffle. It's the Knight of Wands, all right? And the Ace of Cups came out. She first came out like this, and from the back end, but flipped over to the front end. All right. Let's see what else comes out for you guys. And that's you. That card represents water, with the lotus flowers representing transformation. All right. The dove of peace flying abound. There's enough water there that she's standing still. Is pouring from her feet. Just chilling, very relaxing, tranquil, knowing that there's enough to go around for everybody. All right. And then with the Knight of Wands, you have someone who is, I call it my player card, but in this particular deck, it's more of someone who's careless, someone who seeks adventure, who wants to outdo everybody, who wants to have like the best stories for everybody else. Like he sees lightning striking the ground in front of him and he's still going forward. He wants to be that person that people talk about. So maybe the person that you're dealing with embodies that. Could be a very loving person, but maybe they're careless. All right. That's too many cards. So let's see. I'm going to do 3 more shuffles. Last one. All right. So apparently no more cards coming out of this deck, but we're going to leave that right there. I can do an overall energy for this because it's the vice versa deck. So there's cards on both sides. But let's see. No, I'm going to go with the Illuminati. Let's see what the Illuminati has to add to this read. My water signs for the next couple days. Please like, share, and subscribe because that's the only way to grow the tribe. Look at that. That was bad shuffling. Look at that. Every so often, something just kind of goes weird when I shuffle, but I hope you're all doing okay. Again, this is for the next couple days. Please follow my or go like my Facebook page. Follow me on Instagram. On Instagram, I do daily messages, okay, like daily draws. Very short and sweet, to the point. They're great for just kind of like, try to see what the theme of the day will be. I try to get it done early enough, but I don't always succeed. So let's see what additional information Spirit has here for my water signs. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces for the next couple days. Spirit, what information do you have for my water signs? Okay. What additional information do you have for my water signs? What additional information do you have for my water signs? 2 more shuffles. Okay. 1 more shuffle. Card wanted to come out. The Sun. Last shuffle. Okay. Well, vice versa didn't want to talk. Illuminati definitely wants to light your way. Overall energy. Cancer. The Chariot. Okay. The Chariot representing movement. Representing success, protection, emotions, balanced emotions. But more importantly, movement is coming towards you. So we'll see how that comes into play. So you have the 8 of Wands, you have the Sun, if I could pick it up, the 7 of Swords, 9 of Swords. Oh my goodness, a lot of cards really did come out. The 8 of Swords, that mental prison you keep yourself on. 10 of Pentacles. You got the 4 of Pentacles. You have the Hangman. You have the 9 of Pentacles. 9 and 10. Okay. You have the 5 of Swords. 7 of Wands. 4 of Swords. The Devil. All right. What else you got? 6 of Pentacles. A lot of progression. Princess of Swords. All right. The World and the Fool. So I'm going to take my major arcanas and I'm inclined to group them, as I feel like this might be like the overall theme. on top of what we already drew, but I feel as if, because this is also a major arcana, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major arcanas on your draw. All right, so my water signs, you're going through some shit transformational wise, not bad. All right, at least I don't get that sense, not with the sun being here, with the Fool, the World. All right, so I'm gonna start by saying that this is how I feel. Sorry, my neighbors are having a little porch party again, so they feel like the whole block needs to listen to their music. All right, let's see. All right, so what I'm sensing from this, okay, as I said before, you know, you have some offer of abundance, of love, of that emotional fulfillment coming through from someone who could also be very careless. The same token, here you have the World, which signifies endings, which signifies, you know, the ending of certain cycles, and it being right next to the Devil with the Hangman right next to it. I really feel like this is the end of whatever struggle you've been going through. It's the end of that. It's the end of toxic cycles. It's the end of things that don't serve you. All right, so you started to look at things a little bit different, taking a little perspective, took the time, paused. All right, kind of like decided to just, I got to figure out what it is that I need to do. All right, and before making any movement, you really kind of took the time to put the whole thing together. And from there, before I get to the end of it, I'm gonna flow down, because I feel like during that introspection, during the time when you sat down and you were kind of trying to figure out what your next move was gonna be, you really were in your head, okay? Because you have, like I said, the 4, the 7, the 8, and the 9 of Swords. All right, so and then you end up with the Princess of Swords. All right, so personally, what I feel with this coming out right now, oh, and you also have the 5 of Swords. Forgot that one. Well, am I missing anything? A lot of swords. So it's a lot of thoughts, a lot of thinking, a lot of, you know, in your heart, which is, I mean, in your head, which makes it a little different for you, because you're water signs, you're emotional, you know, you think with your heart before your brain. But, you know, this adding to the Hangman, you know, you really just kind of paused, okay? You paused and you waited for that divine intervention, for that sort of truth to come forward, for you to have that aha moment where it was going to guide you to see what it was that you needed to do. All right, so you kind of decided to, you figured out that, you know, whatever was coming was going to be worth the struggle you've been through, okay? Because to me, the 5 of Swords represents your past struggles, that, you know, things you've earned didn't come easy. You had to work hard for them. All right, and so, you know, you no longer felt like you had to sneak around to do anything. But on the same token, I think you were plotting in secret. Maybe some people were thinking you were doing something behind their back or whatever it was, when in all reality, you just withdrew. You withdrew from whatever was going on, whatever drama. Maybe this person was very dramatic. You withdrew, okay? So you were just regrouping, all right? Because it was really starting to get to you. You know, you found yourself stuck on stupid, like that mental prison, that what am I doing? Like, what should I do next? And it was really causing you, it was stressful. It was cause for anxiety, depression, you know, until you got that like, you got the moment of truth, you know, you got that message. You finally received the message that you have been waiting for. The clarity that you have been waiting for finally came through. Look at that, a whole row of swords, okay? So, you know, you were really bound, mentally bound in your head. But I'm glad that you're finding the, you know, you found the way out. So, you know, we have Pentacles. Like I said, I'm grouping them by element, simply because that's what I'm inclined to do. When you look at my readings, I don't do that, but I'm inclined to do that, so I'm going with it. All right, so, you know, when you came out of that situation, you were ready to face whatever was coming at you with the 7 of Wands, and things changed very, very quickly. Once that happened, it was time to take action. It was time to just be like, you know what, all this that's happening, it's meant for me for a reason. All right, and, you know, it's time for me to take action. And it was fast moving action, because you have been holding back. but now you're starting to find yourself in a position where you could share what it was that you've been working on. You could kind of sit here and say, I took the time where I took care of myself. You know, I really sat here on my own. I wasn't doing XYZ. I really was just taking care of myself so that I could get to a point where I could share, okay, where we could live in abundance, where we could have that foundation, where my money's right, where my emotions are under control, where I'm no longer, you know, dependent upon everybody else, where I'm no longer dependent upon what people have to say to me, or, you know, I'm no longer a follower. I'm my own leader. I found myself, okay? So with that being said, now you're at a point where you know you can start over, where you know that you're secure enough in yourself, where you don't need to know exactly how things are going to work out. Like, you don't need to know what comes next, but you're secure enough on the step you're taking right at this particular moment that you're willing to take that leap of faith. You're willing to just go. You're willing to throw yourself at the next step, and you just kind of go for it, and you just trust that everything's going to be okay. Now the Fool has the sun behind them, right? The sun meaning, you know, lighting your way, blessings, you know, abundance, you know, things along those lines. So it also, you know, it also represents your willpower. And here he comes, the sun shining brightly upon you. You have this little child that's sitting upon the horse who is very confident, who knows what they're doing. You know what I mean? Even though it's child, you have that childlike innocence because you're really looking at things from a good perspective, from a clean point of view. Nothing that's, you know, driving you insane or that's going to make you kind of lose your footing. So victory as a result is coming towards you. All right. And then you have the Prince of Swords, the Knight of Swords in reverse. So whoever was trying to keep an eye on you, you know, maybe that they weren't communicating with you, they kind of left you at bay for whatever X reason, all that's changing, you know. Well, there's no communication right now, but you're okay with it. You're okay with it. So you found yourself. It's the kind of like the sense that I'm getting. Let me get a oracle card for you, and I'm going to close out the read. All right, adjustments are required, which I feel like you were doing. Okay, you definitely took the time to adjust. All right, what additional? Work through your fears. Yep, like I said, I feel like your self-esteem grew with the Fool here and the Sun. And then you have faith in your dreams. And you have nothing is yet set in stone. Like I said, you don't know what next is coming, but you're just going for it. So that's your reading for now, water signs. I hope it resonates with somebody out there. If it's not your story, then, you know, go check out another reader or something like that. But this is a general reading. It's not going to resonate with everybody. Like I said before, please like, share, and subscribe, because that's the only way to grow the tribe. And I will see you on the other side. Peace.